So I'm sure you nerds have probably already heard about the new event from AMD that happened earlier this week, but I wanted to touch on some things that I thought you guys might find interesting. Now, I've pulled this info from the Ars Technica article written by Andrew Cunningham, and honestly, I didn't know he was chill like that.
You want me to call? I didn't realize you were chill like that. Alright, you're good. That dude was so sick.
So they've showcased 4 CPUs, 2 Ryzen 9s, a Ryzen 7, and a Ryzen 5. Now this isn't just 4 CPUs they're releasing. This is going to be an entirely new platform that's going to support DDR5 and a bunch of other things. Now the new chips that they showcased do sound interesting, and the price points are tempting. I was expecting some crazy power draw, I was expecting some crazy prices, but they've managed to keep both of those down. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Now, one question that was asked that may have gotten overlooked by a lot of other creators was a question about their lower end AM4 chipsets, and if they'll be forgotten or if they'll continue those. And I want to read a little excerpt on the answer that Lisa Su gave. "We do expect AM4 and AM5 to coexist for quite some time," says Su. "You should expect that, like with AM4, we'll build out the entire AM5 stack, but will take some time to build out. And we'll make sure those cost points are right." This is great news for budget builds, people that are doing 1080p gaming, and keeping those power thresholds down. This is going to be great for people running servers like Plex and virtual machines. And of course for people like me that want to see that buttery smooth emulation. But let me know in the comments which Ryzen chip you have your eye on. Now another article that caught my eye from my boy Andrew at Ars Technica is this Logitech Handheld that apparently got leaked. Logitech is teaming up with Tencent for this project, where Logitech will provide the hardware while Tencent takes care of the software side. Now the leak says that they're apparently going to be focusing on game streaming, but when someone mentions game streaming, I'm assuming it's going to be a lower spec machine if they're not focusing on running games natively. I say that's a fair assumption. Now maybe there is a market out there for a stream-based handheld. I'm not the target customer. Now if I got my hands on it, I'd probably just be doing emulation. I don't do much game streaming. I like to play my games native on the hardware that I'm holding, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just a boomer. But the question this brings up for me is, if you're not going to do anything unique, why do it at all? I realize this as I say this, talking into a microphone, staring at a camera, as if there's not a million YouTubers doing the same thing. But if you're a company and you're making a handheld, why not do something unique? There's a couple of handheld companies out there that are doing some cool stuff, and they're hyper focused on a specific niche of the market, and they're doing something specific to support that audience. It seems like a lot of people are wanting to drop handhelds now that don't really have like a goal in mind or a target customer. They're just dropping handhelds and crossing their fingers. I don't really know who I'm making this for. I just want to make a handheld. And that's what I feel like, is that the market is becoming oversaturated with all of these handhelds that don't have a true purpose. They're just selling them so people can slap emulators on them and run along with their day. Now, if I was making a handheld, I'd be focusing on games first. I'd be hitting up all the indie game developers that I can find that are making platformers, that are making fighting games, that are making RPGs. I'd be hitting all of them up, making sure that their games are going to run great on my hardware, and then I'd be making it rain game codes if you bought my hardware. And I'd be giving out like 5 codes where you can pick from those games and install them on your handheld day one. A lot of these handhelds just seem generic. It just seems like whenever they're developing them, they're just like, hello, here is my handheld. It plays games. Oh, really? Well, what games does it play? What games? Shit, I don't know. You figure it out. But run me that bag first, please. But like I said, it is an early leak. I just hope Logitech does something unique. Peace.